Hello, Taurus, and welcome to Sincere Tarot, where you get the raw, honest truth. This is your June 2019 forecast. So before I pull a few tarot cards, I'm just going to give a very basic outline of the major astrological events this month, and then I'll pull some cards and we'll see how it all ties together. So during the first week, on the 3rd, we've got a new moon in Gemini, suggesting choices and new beginnings. Also during the first week, the next day on the 4th, Mercury enters Cancer, suggesting it's very important to use feeling words in your communication. At the end of the first week or the beginning of the second week, on the 8th, we've got Venus entering Gemini, so attracting dual choices. On the 3rd week, on the 17th, we've got a full moon in Sagittarius, so you're wrapping up the big picture, potentially starting a new journey. Also on the 3rd week, on the 20th, Neptune goes retrograde in Pisces. That's your only major retrograde this month. And so you may want to escape into a dreamlike world. A little bit of denial, it happens to all of us. During the 4th week, on the 26th, Mercury enters Leo, so there's going to be a lot of fiery communication. All right, let's pull some cards and see what else this month has in store for you. So I've already shuffled the cards off camera. I'm just shuffling them a little bit more. For my main outline, I'm going to pull 4 cards from my Tarot of the Cat deck, and then make sure you stick around to the end, where I pull a few Destiny cards from my Thoth deck, and you pick your own card. Oh, this is really cool. All right, lots of powerful cards. Overall, looking really good, ending in a very interesting way, okay? So for the first week, we have got the Chariot. So that could be anything from physical travel to moving forward with in a particular direction in your life, full force, soldiering on. Okay, very, very positive card. But yeah, it's definitely a journey. Who knows, you might go on a little trip. And it often physically means you're going on like a little trip, a little holiday, a little getaway, just moving forward with something, all right? And that also may coincide with the new moon in Gemini on the 3rd, where you've got a bit of new beginning, okay? That may eventually lead to some choices. During the second week, we have got Temperance. So to me, Temperance, even though like I know in decks the star represents Aquarius, to me, Temperance, Aquarius is the water bearer, and Temperance, look at this, water bearer. So it may not be, but it may be an Aquarius influence in your life. Oh, and also the first week, the Chariot often can be a Cancer influence, okay? But ultimately, I feel like it's your energy. So the second week, we've got Temperance, and that also may coincide with Venus entering Gemini, where you're attracting dual choices. You might be balancing things out, seeing how things feel. So also very good for like moderation, finding balance through intuition in your life. Sometimes this card can be a warning, like careful not to drink too much or any other type of substances, if you know what I mean. So just moderation is really key during the second week with everything. Like you don't want to necessarily, to get in touch with your intuition, you don't want to be extremely excited and happy or feeling really, really low. You need to find that sweet spot in the middle where that intuition can just come in, all right? During the 3rd week, we have got the 6 of Pentacles. So this may very well, this is definitely you, but it could definitely be possibly for some of you, another Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. However, this is a woman, and it also could be a male as well. It's just a feminine energy, all right? But I feel like for most of you, this is you, or it could be someone in your life with this influence, all right? But during the 3rd week, we've got someone who is, doesn't necessarily have much, but they have enough so that they're comfortable and they are giving what they can to very, very needy people. It could also be animals. It could be environmental. But essentially, it's almost like it could be anything from like some sort of a charity or charitable efforts. It could be like a friend calls you up and is like, I can't afford food, and they come over and you feed them and let them crash on your couch for a few days. It could be working with children who are in need. It could be working with people who have like mental health problems. It's some sort of service where you're serving someone else or a group of people. Animals could also be helping the environment, anything from planting trees. But it's a charitable service. I'm not saying you're not getting paid for it, but it's an extremely important job, and your talent and skill and patience and love and kindness is absolutely needed for whatever is going on during the third week, okay? Now, related to whatever the service is that you are pursuing or doing in the third week, there will be a choice coming up regarding it in the fourth week. So that also may have to do with, at the beginning of the month, attracting particular choices and things like that. And with Venus entering Gemini, also in the first week we had the new moon in Gemini, choices and new beginnings, okay? So it all has led to this. So there's going to be a choice where you can make, and it's going to be most likely regarding a career path, because it's most likely will affect how you get your income. It may not, but even like deciding to move to somewhere else is going to affect how you get your income. So it could be directly or indirectly affecting how you get your income, but it's most likely to do with what it is that you're doing during the third week and the people or plants or animals that you're working with and helping in the third week, okay? And it's not like there's no wrong choice. Like you could go one way or the other. Both have approximately equal pros and cons. So it's not really going to be that easy of a decision on paper. I would just say go with your intuition on this one. Sometimes what I like to do when I have a tricky choice, I'll ask in my dream before I go to sleep to have the answer given to me in a dream, and I will often always get it, okay? So you can try that if you want. Now, let's just get the energetic feel for the month to see how everything's going to go, and then make sure you stick around. In less than a minute I will be doing pick a card from my Thoth deck, where you pick your own destiny card. Okay, so this is pretty cool. So this is your energy. We've got the Six of Wands. It may very well have to do with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius influence in your life. However, overall, you have accomplished a lot. You should be proud of it. You do show it off a little bit, and you should. I mean, why not? Come on. So you've got a lot of goals in your life, and I really feel like that's what's kind of brought you into this situation in this month, where you have a choice about what's next. Yeah, you should definitely feel good. Give yourself a nice pat on the back right now. You've accomplished a lot, okay? All right, so let's see. I'm gonna pick 3 cards from, so you pick a number, 1, 2, or 3, use your intuition. I've already shuffled these, but I'm just shuffling them a little bit more. 1, 2, or 3. What advice does Taurus need this month? All right, very cool. So 1, if you picked 1, we've got the Knight of Discs. So I really feel like to kind of decide what's going on, you need to kind of use your assertive masculine energy and kind of not only just like feel what signs are coming, but kind of go out and explore a little bit to try and find the answers, okay? So it's not just sitting around waiting for the answer. You kind of need to go out a little bit and explore, put the feelers out there, okay? But before you move in that direction, you need to kind of figure out like what direction you're going to go and then move forward in that direction, if that makes sense. If you pick 2, we have got the Hierophant. So in many decks, that's the High Priest, but it's essentially, I would say, to make this choice, you need to kind of find it through a spiritual means. And if there is a religion that you practice or used to practice, I would kind of explore through that means, because the priest to me represents not just spirituality, but more of like an organized aspect around it. If you've got like, I mean, a lot of you will be spiritual, maybe not necessarily religious, or a little bit of both, but this is leaning a bit more to trying to use your religion, or maybe a religion you grew up with, to kind of explore what the answers might be through that lens, okay? But if you're spiritual and you're not religious at all, then I would just maybe meditate on it a little bit. But also, you can also kind of ask people who you think are spiritual for a little bit of advice. Sometimes the Hierophant can be someone who's quite wise and very good at giving advice. Oh, I like this one. So we've got the print. If you picked 3, your destiny card is the Princess of Wands. So that might have to do with Mercury entering Leo on the 26th during the 4th week, where you've got a lot of fired up communication. So essentially, if you picked 3, really just feel like, go with the flow with your intuition, even if it doesn't make sense, even if it seems a little bit erratic, and definitely talk to people about it as well, okay? Well, I hope that was helpful. Please comment below, like tell me what is this choice that you are going to be making at the end of the month. I'm so curious. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. It definitely helps me a lot when you do that. And if you would like a personal reading, you are more than welcome to contact me at contact@sinceretarot.co.uk. See you later. Have a good month.